What's happening, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to Still Nick Fans Weekly Recap and Prediction Show. Appreciate y'all. Um, we've got a interesting Monday night. There's no basketball, no NBA basketball going on tonight. Um, Season is winding down. I think we got maybe 3 games left. So, it is what it is. And another thing, as you can see, wait, it's just me. Where's John? Uh, nah, John actually had a prior commitment tonight, so I'm holding it down for Still Nick Fans this week. So you know what? We keep it moving. We keep it going. Maybe we'll see John in the chat. You never know. Might surprise us. So, but once again, thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Show a little love. Let me see what's going on to the early risers. Geraldine McIver is in the building. Anudi 25 is in the building. Robert Parr is in the building. Jason C is in the building. What's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Much love as always. And if you can't guess, Jose's in the background holding it down on the ones and twos. So you know how that is. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So yeah, man. You know what? Why don't we get it cracking nice and early? Get a little word from our sponsor talking about a special product that y'all all should be checking out. Check out their website, man. Let's hear from our sponsor. Tonight's podcast is sponsored by Urban Cowboy, designed for the lived experience. Urban Cowboy clothing, uniquely designed for every urban trendsetter, both young and mature. Yes, definitely. Check out urbancowboyclothing.com if you haven't done so already. It doesn't take you much time, just a couple keystrokes. Just see what they got going on. Maybe they got something that you like. Maybe it's a color scheme or a colorway that you're looking for. There's a certain sweater. I know they got a nice one that I've been always looking at. I'm a little weird with the colors. Sometimes I'm very muted. Like I wear a lot of navy blues, blacks, and grays. Then sometimes you see me rocking the bright orange. That is what it is. But sometimes I want to rock like a nice little yellow and blue action. Like that St. Louis Bruins, like the St. Louis Rams colors. I like different colors sometimes. So anyway, they got a lot of that over there. So definitely check them out. So this has been an interesting week. Unfortunately, the Knicks have been officially eliminated. It's weird when I say this because I've said it. This is my third time saying it because we got 3 different shows. And sometimes I forget. I'm like, did I already say this? But I did, just on a different show. So yeah, the Knicks have been officially eliminated. So there will be no play-in for them this year, no playoffs. Um, but maybe it's for the best. You know what I mean? They got a lot of issues that they still need to work through. This time is really good to kind of give the front office and the coaching staff a good shot at looking at these young guys, these, all of the young guys, should I say? Because I know that's the fine line. People always like, what do you mean they play young guys? No, no, no. We're talking about they get a good shot to look at all of the healthy young guys and see like where they're at development wise, see how they perform against the NBA pressure, and if there's different things they need to work on. These next 3 games. Well, technically these 5 games, if you want to say that, but definitely the next 3 games as well. They set up the blueprint for the offseason. So now how they look. They got something to work off of. They got some film, some tape on them. And then they can say, listen, you did really good here, or, we'd like you to improve on this. And it's a good look. It's a good thing. And I'm, definitely one of those people that's very excited to see how some of our young people are playing, man. I've been waiting for this all year. So it just, the only bad thing is that these games are kind of like meaningless, but they mean something to me. So, so that's important for me, man. Yeah, I see Robert Parr is like in another season full of what ifs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's That's it. Like there's no better statement than what you just said. It's another season of what ifs, because I do think that we're a better team than what we look like. For most of this year, we've had some really good spurts where it looked like we were gonna be incredible. That was early in the season, and then we hit that bump in the road, and we struggled with that bump in the road, basically all year. And then we had a couple of nice bright moments. But if you see, like this year, our longest win streak is 4 games. You know, that says a lot. That says a lot. We never really could get on a roll. Angel Torres is in the building. Salute, brother. Salute. Yeah, so why don't we start off with the risers, or should I say riser, and the faller for this week's Knicks? And as a little disclaimer, as we like to say here, this doesn't mean that these players were bad or are not good, or they are good and that's it, that the best thing since sliced bread. No, it just means that these particular, this is the player that we thought didn't have the greatest week, and so it's something that they possibly can improve on for next week, even though there's only 1 week left. And then on the flip side, the riser is the player that we thought had a really good week, considering everything that's going on and compared to some of the other players. So that being said, this week's faller is Mr. Evan Fournier. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It easily could have been, well, not really. I mean, it could have been Julius Randle, because he hasn't been playing that well, and now he's not playing at all. But I just thought, because he's not playing at all, we should go with someone who has been playing, but his minutes have been cut. And even the time that he's been out there this week, he hasn't, had the best outcomes. So, I would say Evan Fournier is the faller. But, it's just 1 week. However, I don't really think that it's going to matter going into next week, because I expect his minutes to be limited, because he's a veteran player. We know what to expect from Evan Fournier at this point. He's been in the league for many years. And even though he started off slow and then we didn't know how to use him on the team, at this point, I think the Knicks have figured it out. They know what he's good at. They know how to use him, and we've seen it. And for Evan's own, perspective, he broke the record for threes in a season held by John Stark. So he's pretty much did what he was going to do, more than we expected. And I don't even know if he had that penciled in. Maybe he did, because he's such a efficient 3-point shooter. Maybe he said, I'm going to break this record this year. I don't know. But at least he's got an accolade to look at and say, listen, I did this in my 1 year so far with the Knicks. Now that brings us to our riser. And this is Mr. Emmanuel Quickly, who was a previous week's riser. Yes, applause. That's right. Yeah, because, Quickly has been playing really good in the last 25 to 20 games or so. He's averaging around 15 points. I think it was somewhere around 6 rebounds and 5 assists, somewhere in there. But yeah, he's definitely been doing great. And even though I've been very critical on Quickly, and I still am a little critical on him, but I think I've come to understand him a little better. I was talking about it earlier, and I think that Quickly, the problem I have with Emmanuel Quickly is that he doesn't exhibit that instinctual thing that, like, those point guards that are special talents that they just have automatically, like that. The coach can tell you what to do, but those guys that got it to just break down defenses, they know where to find their shot. They just do it. It's an instinct thing, and they know, and they see the whole floor. Like, say what you will about LaMelo Ball. LaMelo sees the whole floor. He sees guys behind his head, everything. You know what I mean? So Quickly's not that type of point guard, but that's okay because there's tons of different types of point guards out there. What I'm realizing is Quickly is more of a system type of point guard, and that's fine. We just need to develop a little better offensive system for him because I think if our system is changed and our offense is a little bit more diverse and we run more plays and do different looks, Quickly might be really special for us. And I still want the Knicks to go out there and get a good point guard that is instinctual, that can do this in their sleep. But if it doesn't happen and doesn't present itself, I'm much happier going to war with Quickly as our starter than Alec Burks. And I don't want Derrick Rose as a starter because I just think Derrick Rose is better suited coming off the bench. And plus, I think, it limits his minutes that way because if you play him as a starter, Tibbs is going to run him into the ground. He plays like 20-something minutes now when he was healthy. Imagine if he's a starter. Tibbs will be running him out there 30, 35 minutes. So I just think that's better. But yeah, I do like what I'm seeing from Quickly. And in this particular game where you're seeing these highlights, Quickly had a triple-double, his first triple-double as a New York Knick. So salute to my man IQ for doing the damn thing. I got to give him props. Got to eat crow. That's more applause. More applause. Yeah, I gotta eat crow. When you do what you got to do, you deserve to get the praise. Just like I can heap the I can pile the dirt on him. I gotta shovel that dirt off and allow him to rise like the phoenix. Oh man, that killed me. Anyway, yeah. So salute to IQ. Definitely has been very instrumental with these Knicks these past couple of weeks, maybe a month and a half or so. So that brings me to the first game of this past week. And I think that this was a little disappointing. And a lot of people think this is where the Knicks lost their opportunity to play in the play-in. It was this game against the Charlotte Hornets. Unfortunately, this wasn't the eliminator for us. The Atlanta Hawks eliminated us by beating another team. And so that mathematically took us out. But had we won this game against Charlotte, we still would have had a chance to be in it. This kind of, this was the writing on the wall right here. So definitely got to look at this and say Knicks didn't do well in this game. You can blame a lot of different factors. There was Thibodeau's coaching in this game. I didn't love it. I know other Knicks fans didn't love certain things that happened in the game. You might want to point to the fact that Knicks gave up 125 points. So the defense really wasn't that stout. Let's see. RJ Barrett had a decent game. He had 25 points. He was 9 of 17. Julius played in this game. He was 7 of 16, 4 of 10 from 3, 40%, 21 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds. The interesting thing in this game was that, Mitch had 6 points and 10 rebounds, only 1 block. So he wasn't much of a deterrent in the paint. And then you had Alec Burks, who had 12 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists, which is a pretty good game from Alec Burks. You need that, especially when Julius is only giving you 5 rebounds, which is weird. Alec Burks made up for that, which was great. Quickly had 16 in this game. And this actually was the last shining moment of this, it started the week for Evan Fournier. He had 30 points. So you can't be mad at Evan for the first game of this week. The next two were kind of the stinker variety. But, that first game was really good. So salute to him. Knicks wound up losing this game 125 to 114. And as I said, the defensive effort just wasn't what we would have liked to see. Now, Charlotte is a very good offensive team. They always create matchup problems for the Knicks. and nothing was different this time around. It was the same thing. Miles Bridges, whenever Miles Bridges has a good game against the Knicks, it's tough. You know you're in for a long night. He actually finished with 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists on 11 of 15 shooting from the field and 4 of 4 from three. That's bad sign. There's no defense on this guy. That's a bad sign. PJ Washington had 11 points. LaMelo Ball had 20 points, 15 assists. Those two numbers right there. Miles Bridges shooting the 11 for 15 from the field and 4 from three. And then the fact that LaMelo Ball had 15 assists just shows you that, there's no defense. There's no deterrent. LaMelo's passing it to everybody. Whoever gets the ball is knocking it down. It's not good. Terry Rozier had 15, and Kelly Oubre off the bench had 21 points. 8 of 11 from the field, 4 of 7 from three. Like, where is the defense? They shot 54% from the field and 34% from three. So, yeah, anytime you play like that, you're in for a long night. So it is what it is, man. That was unfortunately the game against Charlotte, and that's kind of when we knew the writing was on the wall. It was just a matter of time before they actually got eliminated, by another team winning their game. So, but hey, the season is a season of what ifs, and now we can say hopefully next year will be better. It has to be better. I can't see it not being better because these young guys have another season under their belt. They're going to get better. And like I said, I don't think we were as bad as it looks, for the most part of this year. So that was the game against Charlotte. Now we get to the game against, excuse me. Now we get to the game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I knew this game was going to be slightly tough, but I thought the Knicks had a chance to win because the Cavaliers have people that are out due to injury. They've got some serviceable people that, can still fill in, but it's not the same. Like, these aren't the guys you expect to see on Cleveland. Their biggest issue that the Knicks had to deal with was Darius Garland. I mean, he was a maestro out there doing whatever he wanted. Almost the same situation like with LaMelo Ball as far as the assists, but LaMelo finished with more assists, but Garland's assists were prettier, man. He was he was dicing them up. He was getting flashy. It was showtime out there. Knicks wound up losing the game to the Cleveland Cavaliers 119-101. And Darius Garland finished with 24 points and 13 assists. You had Karis LeVert had 19, Markkanen had 10, Moses Brown. Moses Brown is a little upsetting here. I'm going to come back to this. He finished with 16 points and 13 rebounds. Isaac Okoro had 16 points. Kevin Love had 15 points. Seti Osman had 10 points. And then when you look at the Knicks, this was a real tough one. Some people are pointing fingers at RJ for this loss because he had a really bad game. And had he had a better game, would they have had a chance to win? Yes. It was just, unfortunate timing. But this is the type of stuff that RJ needs to work on. He needs to figure out how to be more consistent and more efficient and have less of these off nights. You're going to have an off night in the NBA. People are human. It happens. The best players have their off nights throughout the year, but it's a difference between, a star player's off night and then a player who's a budding star's off night. I would say RJ Barrett's a budding star. He could get there eventually. He's not quite there yet. I think I've said it a million times. By the time he's 23, RJ Barrett's going to be a star in this league. But RJ finished with 12 points on 4 of 18 shooting and 1 of 3 from the field. He was 3 of 4 from the free throw line, so at least he knocked out his free throws. He only had 4 rebounds and 2 assists. You'd like those numbers to be higher because when you're struggling with your scoring, you want to do more to help your team on the other aspects of the game. Obi Toppin had a nice night. He played 30 minutes. He had 20 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from three. But he was 9 of 9 from the free throw line. Good for him. 4 rebounds and 4 assists. You'd like those numbers to go up a little bit, at least the rebound numbers, but it's something he's got to work on. It's about positioning. And the only thing with Obi, you kind of understand it, is because Obi's all around the court. He's on the perimeter. So it's kind of hard for him to be where the rebound is happening down on the block when he's circling around the perimeter. But, in due time, he'll learn how to pick his spots better. Alec Burks had 11 points, 5 rebounds. Evan Fournier had 19 points after having 30. Now, not saying I know guys would be like, 19 doesn't sound that bad. It's not that bad. But remember, you don't have Julius Randle. You're not getting anything from RJ. Evan is, I don't know, do you want to call him a star? Because when he used to play in Orlando, he felt like a star to me. You want a guy like that to step up and give you what you're not getting. And that's why I'm a little harsher on Evan, because Evan's been here and he's put up star-like numbers in the past. So you would like him to give you more than 19 points when your team is struggling, and at least create more opportunities so that, the defense has to say, we got to get the ball out of his hands. So if you got to get the ball out of his hands, that means, he's commanding a lot of respect, a lot of attention, maybe even double teams, depending on how he's shooting. And he was shooting pretty well, but he didn't capitalize on that, and the Knicks didn't capitalize. And then you had Emmanuel Quickley, who had 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists. Another good game from Emmanuel Quickley. So the reason why I saved this gentleman for last is because this is the type of thing that, as a front office, the Knicks need to look at when it comes to Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson had 7 points, 2 rebounds. He had 3 blocks, but he had 7 points and 2 rebounds in 28 minutes, almost 29 minutes. He was 2 of 2 from the field, 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Okay. This is where I have a little bit of a problem with Mitch, and this is what the organization has to always look at. Can Mitch give you effort every single night? Because you're about to pay this man. And if he can't bring it every night, or at least most nights, then how's that going to look when he actually gets the money? How's the investment going to be? I think Mitch is great, and I think the Knicks need Mitch. I'm just saying it's something that they got to look at, because a young guy like Moses Brown, who's basically, Mitch has been in the league longer than Moses Brown. He had 16 points and 13 rebounds against Mitch. To me, that's not supposed to happen. Like, Mitch is supposed to be the dominant one and enforce himself against Moses Brown. So that was a little disappointing. And I think those were the keys to the loss. Mitch not asserting himself, not being a little bit more dominant against the young Moses Brown, and RJ struggling. Oh, and not forget, Evan Fournier not capitalizing and taking his game to the next level against Cleveland when he had a pretty good game. It's not like he was shooting bad. He was shooting well. He just, to me, didn't do enough in order to, help them secure the victory, or try to get the victory, should I say. And he only had 1 rebound and 3 assists. I swear I know that you can't ask your guards to do all types of stuff, and especially a guy like Evan, who's not athletic and doesn't have the size, but he's not small. He's like 6'7". So you just want him to do a little bit more out there to help the team. And he's done it on occasion, but not against Cleveland, not this night. All right, so that's pretty much it with regards to that game. I know that was a little long-winded, but, I'm speaking for 2 right now. Like I'm like a pregnant lady eating for 2, but I'm speaking for 2. What's going on, John? I see you in the chat. Show a little love to everybody. Evil Ravens in the building. What's good? Keyshawn. I see Dripmore. Kaiser Soze's in the building. John, obviously, which I appreciate him even tuning in because I know he's doing something. He's a little busy tonight, so just tuning in. And I appreciate that, brother. Nice is in the building as well. Salute to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. So then that brings us to our last game of this week, which was, a fantastic game for a lot of Knicks fans, who've been waiting for this moment all year. We got to see, a lot of our young guys play. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention in that Cleveland game, we only had 9 people available because Deuce was out due to a little nagging injury, and Grimes had some knee soreness. So we were handicapped for that too. But we had Deuce and Grimes back for this Orlando game. So now we can get back to the Orlando game. And in this game, we got to see, we had 11 players suited up. So we got to see those 2 gentlemen as well. And the Knicks balled out. You know what I mean? Now, I know Orlando had their own issues. They're a young team that's rebuilding. They're one of the bottom cellar dwellers in the East. But, let's not forget that they come to play when they want to. And they've already beaten the Knicks, I think, twice this season, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah. That's like their kryptonite for the Knicks. So this was no easy game, from the start of it. It turned out to be an easy game. But the other thing that I want to mention on Orlando's end is they did not have Franz Wagner or the big guy. I always forget his name. Wendell Carter. Yeah, so, and those are 2 important pieces for this team, especially the fact that they both have size and they're aggressive, and they're 2 of the better scorers for them, and Wendell's a beast on the board. So, yeah, that's important. But hey, man, you got to deal with the hand you dealt, and the Knicks. It doesn't matter who was out there; they have to play their game, and they played an excellent game. Quickly played a good amount of minutes in this one. Let me see how many minutes Quickly played because he was fantastic. I mean, as I mentioned, this is the game where he had his first ever triple-double, and he was going after it, man. He played 33 minutes in this game. He was 8 of 19 from the field and 3 of 10 from 3, but it's okay. He did enough. We appreciate him. 20 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. I mean, what more can you ask from this guy? RJ had a bounce-back game. He had 27 points, 9 of 20 shooting, 3 of 9 from the three-point line, 6 of 8 from the free throw. Obi Toppin, another 20-point game, 8 rebounds, much better, 3 assists. He also had a block. And then, another thing you see, he was 7 of 16 from the field, 43%, and he was 4 of 10 from 3 for 40%. Mitchell Robinson, much better game, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks, 3 steals. Now that's better. That's the line we'd like to see. That's the line he should have had against Cleveland. But we'll take it against Mo Bamba in Orlando. Evan Fournier played 15 minutes in this one, which is something you're probably going to start to see more of in these last 3 games coming up. He should probably be playing less. He had 2 points, 1 of 5 shooting, 0 for 3 from the three-point line. He had 2 rebounds and 1 assist and 1 steal. He was a little more effective in this game as far as the other stuff than when he plays more minutes. Alec Burks had 19 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. Really good shooting night for him. He was 6 of 7 from the field. That's 85%. He was 3 of 3, 100% from the three-point line. And he was 4 of 5, 80% from the free throw line. So good shooting from him. Jericho Sims played 19 minutes. He had 4 points, 5 rebounds, 1 block, 1 steal. Quentin Grimes, who has still struggled to find any consistency since he's come back from that hyperextension of his knee or separation of his knee. He had 2 points, 2 assists, 4 rebounds, 1 of 5 from the field, and 0 of 4 from the 3-point line. He's been really struggling to kind of find that shot again. He'll get it, but there's not that many games left. But I'm sure he's going to get hot in one of these games. And then we already talked about quickly. Taj played 12 minutes. He had 4 points, 4 rebounds. And then Miles McBride played only 11 minutes, which we would like to see that number go up a little bit more. But he had 8 points, and he didn't have any rebounds or any assists. He was on the perimeter, but he was not running the point primarily because Quickly was doing a really good job at that. So I'll just point to Miles' shooting. He was 3 of 4 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. So very efficient. Yeah, and then that was the key. That was the key because the Knicks wound up winning this game 118-88. That's a nice blowout, folks. You love to see it. It's 30 points right there. So, and Orlando, I think their top scorer was Moritz Wagner. So that's the brother Wagner. Franz is the better offensive player. Moritz is the one with more fire. He's a firecracker, man. He be talking a lot of crap. But, I guess you got to like it, man. He's a young guy. He's got some spunk. He finished with 18 points. Terrence Ross had 11. Markelle Fultz had 11. Mo Bamba had 13 points and 12 rebounds. So not a bad game, but if you watched it, he looked like he was getting outplayed by Mitchell Robinson at every turn. When Mitchell wasn't in the game, Mo Bamba was doing a little bit more work. And then, former Knick, once a Knick, always a Knick, Iggy Brazdeikis had 13 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. 5 of 12 shooting, 3 of 6 from the 3-point line. Iggy has a pure shot, man. He's got a nice, sweet stroke. It's unfortunate that, the way they use him over there and kind of the way we used him with the Knicks, I don't know how much of the NBA life career he's going to have. Like he might be here for a little while longer and wind up playing overseas or something. I don't know. But we'll see. I hope for the best for him. I always liked Iggy. Yeah, so that's pretty much what went down, folks, with regards to the Knicks this week in these games. Salute to Quality Jumper. I see you. Knicks for life. Chuck, what's good? Delano Steele Jr.'s in the building. What's going on? Yeah, it was just it was a little disappointing because we knew that this is the week we got eliminated, but it's promising because now hopefully we get to see more of the young players. They get to get their feet wet out there. And Knicks for Life says, Iggy still buns. I hear you, Chuck. I hear you. Yeah, man. But I feel like if the thing about Iggy is if you put Iggy on a team, wait, he is on a team like that. I don't know what to say. Like if you put Iggy on a bad team and make him a primary option, Iggy can score. We've seen Iggy put up numbers, and Iggy's not just a G League player. He's put up numbers in the G League. Okay, great, whatever. But for those Canada teams, man, the international play, Iggy played ball. He was good for them. I just think that, for Iggy, unfortunately, the thing that we didn't focus on too much, and that's why I feel like as we get further on with this Knick team and get more and more invested, we got to do our own due diligence and scouting with these young players in the draft because they try not to highlight these guys' weaknesses too much. And Iggy's weakness is clearly defense, as well as he's a little slow-footed. So you slow-footed, your defense is poor. That's tough. Now, on the flip side, a guy like Obi, whose defense is poor, he's active, though, and he's fast. So he can probably become a better defender, a better team defender, definitely. Individual, he might get cooked here and there still. It is what it is. But he can run around with guys, and you might cook him. He still might be able to block your shot here and there. But, That is what it is, man. That's the science behind the science, right? That's life. Um, I think that, what I'm looking forward to is I'd like to see Deuce play somewhere in between 15 and 20 minutes going forward. I want to continue to see Obi play the minutes he's playing. I want RJ to be out there with these guys because RJ is still 21 years old. Even though he's coming into his own, I like to see how they all work together, how they play together, how they play off of each other. Because let's not forget, guys, um, a lot of this season, we saw OB and Quickly, part of the second unit. They did a lot of work with that unit. RJ was with them here and there, but not that much. You know what I mean? Now, these next couple games, you're going to be able to see them all function together a little bit more. And I definitely want to see Deuce get a shot to start controlling the offense. Take these next 3 games and give Deuce a shot to play 15, 20 minutes and go out there and orchestrate the second unit, man. Allow Quickly to have the first unit, put Burks on the bench. I mean, come on. At some point, I like Burks. There's no reason it's not a knock on Burks. Just we want to see these young guys and see what they can do. Put them in the fire, see how they can control the game. You might be able to use Burks like to spell somebody to give somebody a breather or something like that. But do what you did with Fournier. Fournier played 15 minutes in that last game, I think 15 or 11, one of those. No, I gotta know. 15. Yeah. So do the same thing with Burks, man, and allow these other guys to get their time. Like Burks played 32 minutes in the last game. So I mean, it was nice, but it's time to take a look at these other guys, and let's see what Deuce can do, and see if we can get Grimes. If Grimes is going to be in there anyway, which I thought they probably should sit him. I know a lot of other Knicks fans feel like they don't want him to continue to like put wear on that knee, and they think they should rest him. But if he's going to be out there, try to do what you can to get him going, man. Get his shot flowing. Yeah, I think that's what they need to work towards, because I think that'll definitely help them going forward. Let's see here. Yeah, Robert Parr said IQ was definitely a spark on both sides of the ball. Agreed. Uh, Kaiser Soze said, "Man, we've been eliminated. It was just a matter of time." Agreed. Kaiser Soze also said, "How about we came out with the same formula that got this team to a losing season, playing the vets big minutes, Julius as the offensive focus, and Burks at the point guard." Yeah, that was not the best plan. I didn't love it. Quality Jumper said, "We're weathering the storm." Uh-huh. Kaiser Soze said, "Grimes not fully healthy." Agreed. Kaiser Soze also said, "Obi looks good now that he's getting consistent time." Haven't we all been kind of saying that, he needs to play? I mean, this is not rocket science. It all has to work a certain way. You got to give the guy more time to play, and you got to allow him to play freely and openly without Julius on the court. And I'm not saying it's not a knock on Julius. It's just that Obi needs the room. He needs to be able to roam and do his thing. And Julius takes up that spot when he's there, which is what he's supposed to do. So you got to have Obi playing independently of Julius to get more out of Obi. Yeah. BKNY is in the building. He said IQ is a future Swiss Army knife. That might be true. That might be true. IQ, you know what I'm saying? I'm not eating crow because I never said I didn't like IQ. I just said I liked him more as a shooting guard because I think he's more effective. He can really go after it and put up points. But he is definitely showing me that he's getting more comfortable and getting better. And maybe maybe with time he'll really get it together, and he'll start to get that rapport with the rest of the team. They'll know what he looks like, what he is comfortable with doing on the court, and he'll know where to find them on the court. Because that's the key. Him knowing where everybody is, what they like. You know, I like what he's been doing with Obi, but I would expect them to have some type of chemistry because of all the practice they've had with each other, especially in the summertime and the summer league, all that stuff. So it's good to see that. I like that, and I hope we see more of it. I want IQ to succeed. I always had him in trade packages because I liked Obi more, and I just felt something. I felt more. I felt bad for Obi because of the fact that Tibbs always got on him, whereas Quickly, that's, Tibbs is, Quickly's like his son or something. Like, so I felt like, Quickly will be all right. But Obi is the one that I was like, damn, man, Tibbs don't give this guy a minute. So that's why I never wanted to really trade Obi. And if we had to get rid of one of these young players at that time, I was like, well, it's got to be IQ. Who else is it going to be? It's not going to be RJ. So it is what it is. Knicks for Life says, I'm still not 100% sold on Obi, but I agree he needs to play more. Well, you know what? I'm with you, Chuck, because you know what? He does need to continue to prove it, and he needs to continue to be aggressive. He also needs to learn how to, pick and choose his spots and rebound the ball better, more efficiently, because at the power forward position, you got to be rebounding at least 5 rebounds a night. 5, 6 is a nice number to be at, at least for a power forward. And, whenever he can go over that number consistently, if he can get around 7 or 8, that would be great. But like I said, I understand it's a little more difficult for him because he's always roaming around. He's everywhere. And he's not like he's down on the block too often. So, yeah, I hope he can continue to improve. Knicks for Life also said, IQ is a scorer that is developing playmaker abilities. I can agree with that. That could be a tremendous asset, especially as this young core takes shape. Yeah. That's what we're hoping for. Definitely what we're hoping for. I'm hoping that he just continues to grow, continues to understand the speed of the NBA game, what's going on the court. I hope that he figures out a way to keep his dribble alive without dribbling so much. The more you're dribbling, you should say to yourself, if I've been dribbling for 10 seconds, that's probably too long. I should be getting that ball out of my hands, and the ball needs to move. If it comes back to me, fine, I'll dribble some more. But don't consistently stay with the ball in your hands, because that it's almost like being an ISO dribbler. Instead of an ISO shooter like a Randall or a Melo, you're an ISO dribbler. So that's kind of like my only knock. I have 2 knocks on him. One is just that I think he dribbles the ball too much and he should move it more. And that sometimes he has tunnel vision. He doesn't necessarily see the whole court, but he has been seeing a lot more of the court lately. So like I said, there's no knock on him that he can't improve. He the way this team is going, he's going to have as much time as possible to improve. Like, we're in no rush, I guess. So it is what it is. Knicks for Life, all those things you named, Ron, comes with in-game experience. Agreed. But, apparently Tibbs knows that too, because he says it in his press conference, even though he doesn't play these guys. Go figure. I don't know. Well, you know what? I think it's about that time in the show where we bring my man. Now, this is going to be a little weird because it's just me here, but I think it's about that time we bring my man Jose in here so he could, I guess, point to some of the stuff from last week and what we got cooking for this upcoming week. What do you think? I like it. Let's see.
All right. Oh, sorry. I
Oh,
Forgot.
there he is.
I'm on the
See,
clock. I
I knew you were
apologize.
there.
Sorry, I was having a party over here. You know.
Yeah. I could see it. I could see
Did
it.
Did
I
you
see you
enjoy the
jamming
music
on the
though?
ones. Oh yeah, I could. Yeah. He's rocking out. Yeah, there you go. Like it. Doing your little ditty bop.
Hey there, Ron.
Hey, how are
How
you?
you doing?
I'm good.
You all right, man?
I can't complain, man. Holding
Y-
it down. I'm drinking a lot of water because I'm parched.
I see, man. Are you sad because of the outcome? Because of how the Knicks did this season? I mean, come on, talk to me. This could be a one-on-one session right now.
I mean, listen. I hoped for more. I thought we could have been something. I had us on a 50 burger, man. I thought we was gonna get 50 wins. I was a little wrong on that. So yeah, it's tough. I'm dealing with it. I'm taking it day by day, though. I'm strong. I got a support system. I got a family. I got good friends. Still Nick fans. Great chat. Great viewers, subscribers. I'll be all right, man. I'll be all right.
Salute to the chat.
Facts.
Listen, I know it's weird because John is not with us right now. Hopefully he's still tuning in, but we know that he's busy at this moment, so he most likely is gonna be catching this later on tonight or tomorrow morning. Who knows? But last week you guys predicted, kind of, right, in a weird way, and we do have a person who won. Um, Technically, two persons. Check this out.
What?
It's a tie. Both you and John tied last week. And, you know,
What do you think about that, John? Okay.
um,
All right there now. Okay. All right. All
you
right.
know,
Okay.
I'm just thinking about something. Last week, you guys took my predictions, and I predicted that the Knicks will win against the Hornets. They lost that, unfortunately. I
Mm,
predicted that they will lose against Cleveland. I predicted that
mm-hmm.
correctly. And then
Mm-hmm.
I predicted that the Knicks will win against the Magic, which both of
Mm-hmm.
you hesitated, but you guys had confidence in my prediction and kept it. And look what happened.
Mm. Hey
So
man, listen.
it only makes sense for me to be on here.
Hey! Yeah. Get it, Jose. Yeah. Go, Jose. Go, Jose. Oh
What
man.
is up,
Guys, this
Ron?
is the reveal. Jose shows his face. Look at this, folks.
Listen,
Guys,
I
there
was
he
watching you,
is.
man. I saw that you felt lonely without John here, you know? So I'm not John, you know. I could be if I was a little bit taller and a little bit older, just a little bit. More than a little bit, but you know what I mean. So I
Oh, I get
decided
it.
to
I get it.
come here and join you and be with you in this moment right now.
Man, Jose. I don't know if you know what this means to me, man. I don't know. Like, I don't. Hold on. Oh, man. Oh, thank you. Thank you for being here, Jose. I mean, I thought I said I wasn't gonna get all teary-eyed and weepy, brother, but listen, just the mere mention of your name is one thing, but to see your face,
I
to
know.
grace the big stage, the screen, so everybody has finally seen the reveal. Special moment. Special
Yeah,
moment,
I
folks.
just felt everyone's disappointment just come in right now. Yeah, but
that's
listen,
that's right, folks. That's no way Jose.
1022, holla at your boy.
The Don Jose.
Listen,
That's right. There he is.
I really wanted John to be here tonight. Unfortunately, he couldn't be. So, John, I want you to take note what I'm about to say. Okay, no sad music, but listen. Can I go down memory lane real quick, Ron? I know
You
you want to get
can. You
out of
can.
here.
Listen, I'm here for it, man. The floor is yours, brother.
Listen, yes, this is the moment where we get into our predictions. This is a special moment actually because this is actually our last game of the season. We only have 3 games left, which is happening this week, and it will be the last games for the New York Knicks. And it will also be the last time well, not me, but Ron and John predicting the games for this season. We had a great time. I still remember it started on October 26, 2021, where we premiered our first episode of Still Knicks Fans Season 2. And I say premiere because we weren't doing it live at that moment. We were pre-recording it and then just uploading it. And here we are on April. Ron, what day is it?
Today's the 4th.
On April 4th. Getting ready to predict our last 3 games. And I just want to say this, I joke around with you guys a lot, especially with you, Ron, but I want to say salute to both of you. Salute to SKF, because from where we were in October 26th to where you guys are now, your channel, your popularity, your community has grown with so many subscribers. You have not only just been limited to just this channel, but you have branched out, joining the MBK network for the NBA report Wednesdays and Thursdays, depending on when the Knicks play. This week is going to be Thursday preview. You guys have been hopping on different people's show. You have been consistently doing Know the Ledge every Saturday, 11 a.m. for 4 to 5 hours, and it's been crazy. So I think it only is right for me to say salute to you, salute to John when he watches this, and I believe the chat will be with me when we say you guys deserve your flowers.
Oh, man, get out of here, man. Get out of here, bro. These are real. First off, man, I appreciate that, Jose. You didn't have to say that. You don't have to, give us these flowers. We appreciate it. But let me tell you something, man. Still Knick Fans is a trio. John likes to say it all the time. This is the behind the scenes stuff that you guys in the chat and viewers aren't always privy to, but we move as a unit. You know what I mean? We may do things individually here and there, but we always come back. We like Voltron. You know what I mean? We won. And the type of stuff that Jose does behind the scenes for us is incredible. He has tons of ideas. We haven't even kind of got into all of the different capabilities of his mind and what he can do and take us to the next level. Hopefully, as we grow as a channel, we can continue to hold on to him because, he's going to be a valued commodity. And I know, I expect great things for him. That's you. And I also think that, as we are able to build the subscribership and start to monetize a little bit, we'll be able to afford better equipment, and the quality and everything will just go to the next level. But a lot of this is possible thanks to the efforts of Jose. You guys don't understand, like when we first started this, all the stuff he did behind the scenes to kind of give us an idea of what can look like this, what can look like that. And if you just look at the shows from the first, I wouldn't say the first season of Still Knick Fans, and then look at season 2, which we have now, the just the layout, the way things look, we continue to improve, continue to be more graphical, incorporate more elements, and we hope to just keep growing, man. But thank you. It's due to you guys, tuning in and giving us your support, and definitely hitting us up in the chat, allowing the content to grow. So thank you guys, and a special shout out and thank you to Jose. And I know I can speak for John when I say that you are a valued member of this group, and we appreciate you, brother.
Stop it. Stop. You're making me blush. Stop. But listen, man. It's been a pleasure. I'm talking like I'm about to leave or something. I'm not leaving, y'all.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, where you going with this, Jose?
Yeah,
You scaring me. Like I want to tell you guys, I'm sad that John's not here, but Ron, I'm out. Like, yo, what's going on, B?
No, I'm not leaving. And season 2 is not over just yet. We are getting ready to transition, but this season's still going so far. But But it's time to get to the point of the show that everybody loves to hate and hate to love.
Mm.
Huh.
Mm.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, look
it's
at
time
that.
for this week's predictions.
Huh.
You see anything different about this one?
Yeah, there's nothing there. And they're already locked in. Ooh.
Yeah. See,
Ooh.
for those who haven't been caught up yet, and you should catch up, just go to our playlist because we do have a playlist with close to 47 episodes, 48 with this one tonight, and many more to come for season 2 on the Still Knicks Fans YouTube page. Go subscribe, like, comment, hit that notification bell.
There you
But
go.
listen, for the past few weeks, man, I've been throwing you guys curveballs on these last few games of predictions to kind of spice it up a little bit. But this is our last prediction. After this, next week, we will determine who was the king of predictions for this entire season. And
Oy vey.
the loser has to buy the winner steak dinner, and I will be the third wheel to eat some steak too, you know?
Oy vey.
But I wanted to do something special for tonight. And John, if you're watching live right now or you're watching tomorrow, you know, I wish you was here, but don't worry, you get to be a part of this. I thought of something. But Ron, do you remember the very first episode of this season?
Shoot. Damn. No. I'm old. I got old man memories.
Right.
No.
Yeah. I'm getting there, like 10 more years maybe. But listen.
Yeah.
In the very first episode of season 2, you gave a shout out to the community of Knicks content creator. And so I figured for this episode, for the last prediction of the season, we're going to let
look
some
at
of the
that.
content creators predict for you.
Wow.
Oh.
Whoa.
So check this out, man.
That's dope.
I just want to reveal to you the games. You know, these are the last 3 games coming up of the season. We got the Nets versus the Knicks, a home game. We got the Knicks versus the Wizards, and the last game is a home game, Raptors versus the Knicks. I have reached out to our fellow content creators that you see here below, and I have actually asked them to predict these 3 games, to give me whether the Knicks will win or lose.
Wow.
So instead of you and John, because John actually texted me his prediction, instead of using your prediction, you're actually going to use the predictions of one of your fellow content creators.
This is dope. I like it.
But before I do that, I do want to give a shout out to Dope Soul Sports Talk / Queens Court, Clutch BBall TV, Knicks Fans, Brasil, yes, international. Ron and John was just on their show last week, Thursday. Diehardknicks Podcast, and UncleFoolio, the Kontroversy. I want to give out a shout out to these amazing content creator. After this, Ron, can you update our description? Make sure that everyone here is being notified of where to find our fellow creators, so they can be subscribed to their channel, to their social, to everything.
Yes, I shall do that.
Yeah, man, I reached out, and of course, John, he's giving us the fire emoji. Hold on, we're gonna throw this up on the screen real quick. Hold on, let's throw this up on the screen.
Go.
John throwing up the fire emoji. Yes, John, I reached out to our fellow community, and they responded back. And to those who got an email or follow from somebody named No Way Jose 1022, don't worry, that was just me. It's not a spammer. I just needed to talk to you. Don't worry, we got more things on the way.
That's dope.
But this is not the curveball, actually.
No, there's more.
See, I'm actually going to show you their prediction after you choose one of them.
Oh, here we go. Oh no. Okay. Okay.
John, if you are still in the chat in this moment, feel free to text me one of your text me your content creator so they can take your prediction.
Wow.
So just saying, I'm not saying this is what it means, but depending on who you choose, it means that's your favorite. I'm not saying that, you know. I'm not saying that you're choosing that person over everybody else. I'm just, throwing it out there. The drama, the suspense. I got you, Knicks for life.
Man. This guy's diabolical over here. Huh. Okay.
So while you're thinking about that, I'm going to talk to the fans.
Oh, I got it. I'm good.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Well, just to let everybody know, like I said, everyone that you see here is part of the Knicks content creator community. Some of them, Ron and John, shouted them out during the first episode of season 2. And of course, the community is always growing, expanding. They didn't even touch the surface of how many Knicks fans are out there. So I reached out to a few because both Ron and John has either met them personally or has worked with them on their show. And they also watch them consistently. So, oh, John just texted me, y'all. Gotcha. And, so because they're listening, watching them, working with them, they kind of have an idea of how each of these creators think, how they view the Knicks, and kind of an idea of who they would choose, whether the Knicks will win or lose these games. So that's why I'm doing it this way. So, Ron, since you're here, and John, I got your prediction right now, so I got you, man. Ron, who do you choose?
I'm going with Dope Soul Sports Talk.
All right, salute to Steph. All right, cool. And John is going with Knicks fan Brasil.
Ooh.
So with that being said, let's actually, before I reveal everything, let's actually do this. Ron, if you were to give me your prediction, what would you have said? Nets versus the Knicks.
Nets.
Now I'm putting a little star because we don't count these.
Right.
Knicks versus the Wizards.
Knicks.
And last but not least, Raptors versus the Knicks.
Raptors.
Okay. And for those who don't know, because John couldn't be here, we obviously have each other's number and we are in communication. So I'm actually going to reveal John's prediction if he were here and he was choosing. Which, of course, because these two have been doing this show for such a long time, they come out with the same prediction. But guess what? Their prediction doesn't really matter at this moment.
Facts.
Because right now, there's only one prediction that we care about, and it's the prediction of those you have chosen. With that being said, you ready for the review?
Yep, I'm ready.
Cool, because I'm not. No, I'm joking. I'm going to reveal everyone's predictions. But before I do that, I actually have a video to play because one of these creators went above and beyond for this moment.
Wow.
Peace still, Knicks fans. It's your boy E-Rule. Hey man, I don't know how to give a short answer, so I'm gonna try my best here. My man Jose put me to work here. So let's just take a look here. You got the Nets playing, we got the Wizards, and we got the Raptors. So I mean, I feel like the Nets are gonna beat us up. It depends on who shows up, you know what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna say the Nets are gonna win against the Wizards. I feel like the Knicks are gonna win that game, and the Raptors, that could be a throw up. It's the last game of the season. I believe we're playing at home, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not really sure. But, if we're playing at home, I think the kids are really going to show up. They're going to want to try to win this game, and we might be able to beat those guys. We'll see, man. It's really a crapshoot. But I'm going to say the Knicks are going to probably win 2 out of 3, and that's weird for me to say, man. So anyway, Ewu out. 4 fingers to the forehead, tuck in the thumb, salute. See you guys next time.
My man Eru.
All right, ladies and
And
gentlemen.
you know what? I was gonna pick Eru, but something told me that Eru would think that we would win that game against the Raptors. So that's why I said, you know what? I think Steph is with me, so I'm gonna go with Steph. But
So look at the predictions that our fellow creators made. So Ron, you said that the Nets will win and the Knicks will lose the first game. Yeah, Steph agreed with you. Knicks versus the Wizards, you said they would take that dub. She didn't agree with you. They taking that L, man. And against the Raptors, she gave that dub for the Knicks.
Interesting. So I should have picked Noah.
And John, if you're still watching, and you can watch this in the post afterwards, you went with Nets versus the Knicks, a loss, a win against the Wizard, and a loss against the Raptors. So you only had faith in the Knicks for one game. But the one who's predicting for you had so much faith in the Knicks that he predicted all dubs.
Wow. Okay. Hey, man, listen. Maybe they know something that we don't know, and I'm with it.
Man.
Hope for the best.
Hope for the best. But listen, man, it's a pleasure. It was a pleasure being here with you for tonight, even if it was for a short time. Once again, salute to not just Ron and John, but salute to everyone that you see right here who helped predict these next 3 games. Like I said, they're not the only creators within the community. There's so much more. And you know what? Wait, I just got to put up John's text real quick. So
yeah, I know.
Yeah, but salute to everyone. It's always a pleasure. With that being said, I'm out of here. I catch you on the flip side.
Good to see you, Jose. Good to see you. Yeah, so that was interesting. I like that, man. You see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. This is why we love doing this show. You know, it's one thing to watch our Knicks and to enjoy the basketball, because that's the bottom line, right? We're Knicks fans. We love watching them and seeing how they get better and rooting for our young guys. But we also enjoy doing this, putting these shows together, having fun amongst ourselves, being a part of a situation. I couldn't ask for anything better. The Knicks community has been fantastic. There's so many great content creators that have been welcoming, and the collaborations have been fantastic. I enjoy working with them. I enjoy watching their own content. Like, it's just been wonderful. And, you know, our own show, Still Knicks Fans, just the fact, you know, my relationship with John and Jose, you see how it is, and then you see how fun it is just to be a part of this mix. And you know, then you got a guy like Jose who's in the background doing all this secretive stuff, man, and putting together great content on his own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is just, it's I don't know. I don't want to say too much about it. You guys get it. I'm excited. I'm always happy about what we have together, and I hope it continues to keep growing. And thank you once again to the subscribers out there, the viewers. We appreciate all of you. Thank you to Steph, Noah, Eru, Victor, Josh. Thank you guys for participating in this. You made that moment very special for myself, and I'm sure John would feel the same way. Yeah, man, that's really dope, really cool. Thank you guys for participating and being a part of that. At this point in the show, I would usually head over to John and say, John, any final words? And he would say, just, you know, everybody stay blessed. Thank you guys for tuning in. He's, you know, John is the Russell Simmons of this whole thing. He's like, everybody, thank you for coming out to the show. Good night. You know, he's the Russell Simmons. So, all right. So then that brings it back to me, where I'm going to say, thank you, Brooklyn Buddha. I'm going to say thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. You know, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knick fans, we back again. And also, yeah, thank you, John. Plus, Jose has his own channel. We have to highlight the channel, Jose. That's a fact, Jose. Jose's channel, he's got a lot of different things on his channel. And I know he's still growing it. He's told me that he's trying to get to a certain level of comfort. So I'm gonna let him play the back as much as he wants to until he wants to really put it out there. But it's something that he's working on, and as you can see, Jose takes his time to put stuff in. I mean, look what he does for our show, and how he moves in silence. He's like, he's a bad boy out there, man. So definitely thank you guys for tuning in, and salute to all of y'all. As Jose said, this is our last prediction show. It won't be our last Still Knick Fans weekly show. We'll still do them. They'll just change as we go into the off season, stuff of that nature. The content will change. You'll start to see us interview guys a lot more, and gals. There'll be more content creators coming on to join us that will talk about different things. So you'll see more of that in the off season. So look forward to that. And we'll keep the NBA report going for as long as it makes sense. Then we probably might take a hiatus with that too, and then we'll bring that back when it's time. But that's still going for now, and we've got the NBA playoffs and stuff, so look forward to more content. As Jose said, the next NBA report will probably be this Thursday. And then we still got the Know the Ledge series that's on Saturday at 11 a.m. Now, those shows probably are going to continue, but they're going to be shorter. So don't expect to see me out there for 4 or 5 hours with no Knick basketball going on. We'll probably, lower it down to maybe about an hour or so. And then we'll see, depending on how things are going in the week. If the content is warranted, maybe, we might go every other week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just see how, because what I don't want to do is have us talking about the same stuff over and over, and there's no new topic. So we're going to play it by ear and see if we can do something special. Maybe we'll get back into interview with your favorite content creator or some stuff like that. So definitely stay tuned. I know this is long-winded. I feel like I've been talking forever because I've been by myself for the most part. But thank you, Jose, for giving me a little breather. Facts. And you know what? We need to come back again with that. Also, thank you to Jose for being in the background on the ones and twos, holding us down. Yes. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So once again, thanks guys for tuning in. I appreciate all of y'all. Have a great rest of your night. For those who may be tuning in late, definitely watch the replay of the show. This was a good one. And thanks to Jose for putting everything together. Shout out to John for tuning in and being in the chat, even though he's busy doing some other stuff. So appreciate you, brother, as always. We'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Let's go Knicks.